Good?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Christina Ferendi, and this is our formal classroom observation form, pre-observation. Albert Alston, mentor teacher. And the first question I'd like to ask is, to which part of your curriculum does this lesson relate?
The students will be able to create an algorithm for multiplying decimals by solving problems and seeing the relationship between the factors and the product and where the decimal place goes.
And what is the core content? What is the core content curriculum standards that will be adhered to?
It is 6 number sense B3 to fluently add, subtract, multiply, and divide multi-digit decimals using the standard algorithm.
And how does this learning fit in the sequence of learning for this class?
Well, in a previous unit, they learned how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide with fractions, and now we're taking that and extending it, and in the beginning of this unit that we're working on now, they added and subtracted with decimals, and now we are multiplying with decimals.
Great. Ms. Ferendi, briefly describe the students in the class, including those with special needs.
There are 18 students in the class. They sit at heterogeneous cooperative learning groups. There is one group that is homogeneously grouped, and I get all these groupings from their assessments and work habits. Students that are sitting close to the smartboard need constant redirection. There's one student that has a 504, and we are currently also working on a behavior modification plan for him.
Great. What are your learning outcomes for this lesson, and what do you want the students to understand?
My goal is for the students to create an algorithm for multiplying two decimals, and I want them to see that the number of decimal spaces in the product, in the factors, are the number of decimal spaces in the product.
Excellent.
So that after they multiply using their method of choice, either traditional or lattice, then they know exactly where to put the decimal place.
Great. How will you engage the students in learning? What will you do, and what will the students do?
Well, when they enter, they have a do now on the board. They go through their beginning of class ritual of copying homework, correcting homework, and then they'll work on this do now, which relates to the lesson. Then we will read a little bit about what we're going to do and how the powers of 10 relates to multiplying with decimals.
Excellent.
Then I will let the students go off and do their exploration where they're solving problems on their own. For this lesson, I chunked it a little bit, so they tried a problem, then we reviewed the problem. Then I tried another problem, we reviewed it. At the end of all of that exploration process, we come back together as a whole class and create a summary of what we've learned for the day.
Great. How will you differentiate instruction for different individuals or groups of students in this class?
Well, there's differentiation because they are sitting at their cooperative groups, so not only are they learning from our class discussions, they're learning from one another as they solve problems. It also incorporates different learning styles with auditory and visual with the smartboard and the verbal communication. I also use scaffolding to help students
Excellent.
get to where they need to be
Great.
and provide a variety of questioning techniques.
How and when will you know whether the students have learned what you intend?
I will know multiple ways. I go around and monitor their work as they're trying each problem in the exploration process, and during that I can see where they're strong and where they're weak and help them there. I also know what the students have learned and that they've learned what I want them to by the summary.
Excellent. Okay. Is there anything that you would like for me to specifically observe during the lesson?
Time management, always. It's easy to get carried off on a tangent about any one problem. Making sure I give a variety of critical thinking questions, using the right amount of wait time, and my classroom management.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing your lesson.
Thank you.
Have a great morning.